morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're viewing this and when. Today on the Never Regrets Projects channel, we are going to introduce you to a new project, I like to call the MUTT. The MUTT is 1948 CJ2A. This is exactly how we got it. Exact same spot that we got it in. This is sitting on the man's property. The man told me if I wanted it to come pick it up, it is mine. Yes, it is a tub. It is nothing but a tub. Someone stole the tailgate because when I first originally got this a couple of years ago, there was a tailgate. Someone's come and stole the tailgate since then. It does have a steering column. It does work. I did get the axles with it. So I have the front and rear suspension, which I will not be using. And yes, that is a steering gearbox in there with it. The steering wheel turns. Yay. So I have that. I have a functioning steering column. I have 2 gauges in the dash. A fuel gauge, and it looks like a oil pressure gauge. Hopefully I can reuse those. We'll find out. My goals for this project: use what I've got and put it together. I do not have a front clip. I do not have a grill. I do not have anything else for this project. For this tub, I have other parts, which you're going to see here shortly. The plan on this is to do it. Everybody's overdone the budget build. Everybody's overdone the build it cheap. I'm going to build it on the cheap. If I've got the part, we're going to reuse it. Like the fuel gauge, I'm going to see if the fuel gauge works without having to go buy a fuel gauge. If it's a safety related component, I will buy it new. Axles, brake lines, brakes, steering components, things like that, those are going to be new. Alternator, charging system, wiring, used. As long as it's in good condition and I've got it, I will reuse it. It's like an ignition switch, headlight switch, turn signal switch. If I can find it used in a junkyard, seats. That's what I'm going to do. This is going to be recycled. We're calling it the MUTT because it doesn't have to come out of a Jeep. It doesn't have to come out of anything in particular. If I think I like it and I think I can make it fit, it's going in this project. We do have plans for this. After some careful measurements, after some CAD drawings, I've come up with a plan for it, along with the other components that I have for this. At the end of this video, I will give you a detailed overrun of what the initial plans are. One of the things most people don't realize is taking their time on the little bullshit, like pulling the air cleaner off of this before you pull the motor out, so you don't bang it up and beat it and have to figure out how to get a replacement part for it. Most people just leave it on and say the hell with it. Well, I have reuse for all of these parts. Will I stick with the stock air cleaner? I will for now. At some point in the future, we will change it. But I need it, so we keep it. So we take the time to do this now, so we have it. If nothing else, it gives me a template for something else, depending on how much room I have under the hood when I'm done. Yeah, like I'm gonna have a hood.
I found a hood.
I know, but
I
got a feeling that when we first build it, see, undo the screws, everything comes out. Well, I'm glad I looked in that. Some retard shoved a Bud Light can in the damn top of the air cleaner. Look at here.
Oh, Jiminy.
This is why you inspect things before you start them. You never know what you are going to find. Okay, I'll put these bolts back in here so I don't lose them, because I really don't want to have to try to hold them down. This is the motor for the MUTT. But I wasn't planning on doing the MUTT. I really wasn't planning on doing the MUTT. But this motor fell in our lap. I don't have a choice but to do the MUTT now. So
it's aiming straight down.
Okay. So that is what it is. Now the fun part's going to be, do I have enough room on this to pick it up and still get it on the ground after we pull out from underneath of it, because that's down as low as it will go. So I've got to change my chain, which is fine. I can change the chain. Alright, so the tablet decided to have an attitude and overheat. It happens in Phoenix area heat. We are currently on our way to go pick up piece number 3 of the MUTT. So now here soon I will have all 3 major key components, and I won't have $700 in this whole project at this point. Or, excuse me, we won't have $700 in this project at this point. It's at the same place we picked the motor up. The motor, by the way, is an SD33 Nissan diesel, 1980 model, I believe. It supposedly came out of a CJ-10A Air Force Tugger. I'm not sure. I can't verify that fact, but it does have all the right components to have come out of one of those trucks. It is a SD33 Nissan diesel 6-cylinder. It does have a 727 Torqueflight on it. It does have the 4x4 transfer case. So those parts are what came stock in the Tuggers. I'm not sure they were used in anything else. I can't find a situation where they were. Scout used their own transmissions. I know Scouts used the SD33s. I know the SD33 was used in a lot of other American things back in the early 70s during the gas crisis. They used that motor. They actually converted a bunch of Dodge cars that had 6 cylinders in them to diesel to help with the gas crisis. It's just one of those things that, hey, it is what it is. It said the price was right. It's complete. I even have the control module for the on-off start mechanism. I had the complete under the hood wiring harness for the motor. All I can say is that's what I know. I know the motor's been setting for at least 5 years. The guy we got it from has had it that long. He never heard it run. He was told it did. He bought it from the guy who supposedly pulled it from that, and the CJ10A. That I can't verify either. I just got to take his word for it.
He said he got it out of Vegas.
He bought it out of Vegas.
So more than likely, if it came from when they got the...
Oh, it could have come from... It probably came from DRMO and out of Barstow.
True.
If it was...
Or out of Tucson.
Odds are out of Vegas they got it in Barstow.
Yeah, I agree. I love this bridge.
I mean, it could have come from anywhere.
You know, I really like this right here.
Yeah, I know. It could have come from anywhere. It didn't have to come from either one of them two. And hell, the guy could have bought it from a guy who 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 bought it from DRMO.
True.
You know, but we don't know the whole backstory on the truck. I would have liked to have seen it in the truck. I would have liked to have heard it in the truck. I would have liked to have bought the truck. I'd have probably done things different with it, but that's another story for another project that I don't have, and I'm glad. So there we go. It's not like I don't have enough of my own. Like I said, this is the MUTT project. We are on our way to go pick up the truck. Next time I see you, we'll be loading the truck. Oh, shit.
What's wrong, dude?
Oh, no, I just got to line everything up. There we go.
So we see this is a Kingcab. Oops, there's Kingcab. That sprung right out today. 4-wheel drive. Nissan. After release tag. August 20th. This is the third part in that project. Really good things. Don't know how long it'll take, but it'll be done. What's the clicking noise?
We have a bad axle. Bad front axle. All right, come on, let's go walk around. So that's where she's gonna sit for a little bit. All right, so if you look under here, or in here, we have power brake unit, which we are gonna reuse, if it's any good. Down here, power steering, which we are gonna reuse. Power steering pump and all the associated metal lines, and everything's hooked up except for that one to this one. So yay, everything is there.
You said that we got a bonus part?
Yeah, we have a bonus part. If you look under, look through here. Hold still.
Ow!
Sorry, horsefly. Big one. Anyway, if you look under there, see if you can touch it the way it needs to go. That right there, if you follow that drive shaft back, is a divorce transfer case. At a minimum, that's 2-to-1. Yay. I have plans for that. All right, walk back here. So we have automatic hubs, which I'm gonna try at some point to change those and get lockouts, because I don't like automatic hubs. Stick shift in here for the divorce transfer case. There is a hydraulic clutch in it, which we will save for a later project because all this sheet metal is going away. Nice rear end. The springs aren't backwards, aren't negative arched. Decent bumper. Receiver hitch.
Wait, I'm coming around.
Decent bumper, receiver hitch. I don't know what we're going to do with those. I'm probably not going to chuck them. Yeah. Electric fuel pump.
Looks like this is a desert truck.
Yeah. Definitely is going to be a fun toy to play. Like I said, now there's air conditioning vents in here, so this truck had air conditioning at one point in time. Yeah, there's the holes for them right there. I think that's the holes for them. This should be the holes for the heater cord. That should have been the holes for the AC. So somebody stole the AC out of it.
Or used it.
Yeah, or they probably stole the AC out of it. Okay. So got a decent windshield. Got good back glass, got good side glass. The doors glass opens and closes on both the doors. The doors open and close. So I'll probably keep the doors, the steering column, which I have the key for, because that's a tilt steering column. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the bed yet. I'm gonna do some measuring and find out, but there it is. She's here.
This side.
Cut.
Insert this.
Oh. Okay, so
This is what happened after
we got it off the truck. This is the SD33 Nissan diesel, complete. Starters in the back of the pickup truck. 727 Torqueflight. I'm assuming a 2-to-1 transfer case that I'm going to hook up to the 2-to-1 transfer case in there and make a 4-to-1 gear reduction, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, depending on how we want to run it. This might be fun. There's all different kinds of combinations for that one. We are going to try and start this at some point soon. You guys are going to see a will it run on it. This motor should bolt in this frame once I get this cab off. And that's the plan. All right, so overview of the project. The tub is going to go on the pickup truck frame that you saw in the third part, but not in that order. We're going to pull the cab front end and bed off of the frame. I'm going to set the diesel motor in the frame, and we're going to try and see if I can use the divorce transfer case along with the transfer case that I already have, which means we'll be doing a transfer case modification. If not, then I'll have to pull that transfer case or the divorce transfer case out and just use the one that's on the motor and transmission. Once I get the motor and transmission set in place, I'm happy with where everything is, get the transmission mount fabricated up, then we'll set the tub on where the firewall is going to set and see what we end up with. And at that point, I will do one of two things. I will either wire up the motor enough to see if it starts, or I will continue making this project its own project. We'll see what happens. I hope you found the information in the video about the project informative. If you have any questions, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I will try and answer the comments. If there's something you want to see, again, please feel free to add your comment down below so I can make note of it, and maybe we'll do that on a future video. Thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day.